With a 7-year warranty, a hugely tempting price, loads of standard equipment and a superficially at least reasonably posh vibe, the old MG HS was a bit of a sales hit. Now though, MG has fully revamped the HS, making it more modern inside and out and really upping the quality. In fact, we'd go as far as to say this car is now a Nissan Qashqai rival on mid-spec Vauxhall Corsa money. And this one, with 3,000 miles on the clock, has been plucked from Motorpoint's inventory and at the time of filming is £22,000. So what exactly do you get for your money? Well, it is surprisingly premium feeling in here. There's some interesting patterns and textures to the plastic. There's even soft touch here. And MG rather coyly calls these seats leather style, which they are basically faux leather, you know, plastic. It's all rolling into the same category. They're not actually leather, but the material does feel quite plush and the stitching is rather neat and just adds to this overall feeling of I am no longer a budget car. One small criticism that we have is that there is no height adjustment on the passenger seat. Although this car is not alone in that, and actually how many passengers get in and adjust the height of their seat? I certainly don't. I just get in and adjust the seat back maybe and put my seatbelt on. Actually, I'm not a passenger very often. Anyway, the driver's seat, which is where I belong, has height adjustments and plenty of, no, it's all electric. What a luxury. And plenty of adjustment in the steering wheel so you can find a comfortable driving position. But if you are quite a bit taller than me, and actually not that much taller than me, you might find that these seats don't give you much under thigh support. But if you are 5'4.5" like me, you might actually find it's very, very comfortable. In terms of equipment, the HS is, as you can see, very generous. It only comes in 2 flavours, SE or Trophy, which this car is. So, as well as 19-inch alloys, keyless entry, LED headlights, regular reversing camera, the Trophy also gets heated front seats, the faux leather upholstery, 360-degree camera, to really help you park absolutely amazingly well, and dual zone, where is it? Oh, it's in the touchscreen, dual zone climate control, you can see that in a minute. As for the infotainment system, it's pretty user-friendly with some shortcut buttons down the side and some editable widgets along here, but it would be really, really helpful to have physical buttons for the fog lights, mirror adjustments, cruise control, and of course, the climate control settings, which I promised to show you. Not only that, guess how you change the volume on your music? You have to do this, and there it is, the multimedia volume. It took us ages to find that. There is a button on the steering wheel, however, to adjust the volume control, which is rather useful. The digital instrument cluster, meanwhile, is as easy to get on with as the main touchscreen, plus you can customise it from the central screen. As for rear seat space, we've got loads of room for heads, shoulders, knees and toes. And this flat, wide rear bench is plenty big enough for 3 adults, although there isn't much in the way of sideways support, and the leather, the fake leather, is quite slippery, so you will not thank your driver if they are cornering too fast. We've also got USB ports for keeping children or adults occupied with devices, and plenty of storage in these door pockets. What do we have in the boot? Well, we have a decent sized boot, which is quite shallow, but it doesn't have any load lip really, so it's quite easy to get items in and out. And it's ever so slightly bigger than a Nissan Qashqai. It comes in at 507 litres, which is about 2 lemonade bottles bigger than a Nissan Qashqai. There are 2 engine choices to choose from. One is a 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol, which is in this car, and the second one is a plug-in hybrid, which uses the same basic petrol engine, teamed up with an electric motor and a decent sized 24.7 kilowatt-hour battery. Now the plug-in hybrid is a little heavier than the regular petrol thanks to that big battery, but it gets a combined power output of 272 horsepower with an electric-only range of up to 75 miles and 0 to 60 in just 6.8 seconds. Mind you, although this normal petrol model only has 169 horsepower, it does feel sprightly enough, and you can get from 0 to 60 in 9.4 seconds. And there is nothing wrong with this 6-speed manual gearbox, apart from possibly its positioning, because I do feel that I'm knocking my elbow a little bit on the seat when I change gear. And we have it on good authority from our Motorpoint colleagues that the twin clutch automatic is slick and smooth, and the slightly unusual 2-speed in the plug-in hybrid is also very impressive. In truth, the automatics probably suit the HS's nature better. This is a car that's designed to be smooth, convenient and comfortable rather than sporty, and it does that very well, with impressive ride comfort and very little wind noise at motorway speeds. You will hear the engine in the pure petrol versions, which is not ideal. The engines are a little bit quieter in the Nissan Qashqai and Hyundai Tucson, and fuel efficiency isn't quite what we had hoped either, because official fuel consumption figures are around 38 miles per gallon, but what we would really like to see is mid-40s for a car like this. Fuel economy and an occasionally noisy engine aside, it's really hard to find faults with the MG HS, and if you go for the plug-in hybrid, both of those faults are ironed out. If you're looking for a bargain family SUV and you don't want to feel like you're cheaping out, then one with an MG badge on the nose could be just the ticket.